Hello everyone and welcome back. As a vegetarian, most of the time my high protein sources remain the same. But twisting them into different forms brings great flavors and dishes together. Today, I'm sharing 3 wholesome and versatile protein rich meals that you can enjoy for breakfast, lunch, or even dinner. So, let's begin. The first dish is a twist on guacamole toast, but instead of avocado, I'll use peas to make Matar Paneer toasts. To start, I'll boil the peas. This will soften them and create a smooth, creamy topping for my toasts. Next, to enhance the flavor, I'll crush some garlic. Garlic is a great flavor enhancer in this dish, so don't skip it. But if you don't like the taste of raw garlic, you can saute it in butter for a minute and then use it. Along with garlic, I'll finely chop some onions. Now I'll crush the garlic with salt and pepper in a mortar and pestle. This helps mince the garlic and releases its flavor evenly throughout the topping. The peas are done, so I'll strain them and let them cool down a bit. They should be meltingly soft. If not, cook them for 5 more minutes. Now I'll mash the peas with the help of a fork. To add more protein, because we are talking high protein recipes, I'll include paneer. If you prefer, you can use tofu instead. Season the paneer with salt, pepper and some pizza seasonings as it enhances the flavor of the toast. Add the chopped onions and mix everything well. To make this topping even creamier, I'm adding a little bit of cream cheese. You can also add cheese spread, but adding cheese is optional. Now, since we are aiming to boost the protein in these meals, instead of regular bread, I'm using sourdough bread, which has slightly more protein than regular bread. Additionally, there are several high protein breads available in the market these days, which I'll link in the description box for you to check out. I'll slice the bread and toast the slices in the oven. I like the flavor of ghee, so before toasting, I'll spread a thin layer of it on both slices. I prefer the oven because it toasts the bread evenly from all sides, but you can also toast it on tawa or in a toaster. In the end, I'll add crushed garlic to the prepared peas mixture and our topping is ready. Making your meals high proteins is all about adding layers to your meals and making sure that you add different elements to make your meal protein rich. But here is a little extra I like to do for these toasts that not only make them look cafe style but also elevates the taste. I'll take a small pan and toast some cherry tomatoes in olive oil. I keep stirring the tomatoes so they get charred and take on a nice smoky flavor. While this step is optional, it just adds a special touch to these toasties along with that great tangy juicy flavor. If you prefer, you can simply chop the tomatoes and add them directly to the spread. Once the bread is nicely toasted, I layer it with some chili garlic paste. You can also use ketchup or chili sauce if you like. Then I'll generously top with our peas paneer spread. Be generous with this high protein spread because it's the star of the dish. Next, I'll top it with the roasted tomatoes and break them open so that all the smoky juices oozes out onto the toast. Adjust the seasonings to your taste and finally, I'll sprinkle a seed mix on top. I'm using a mix of black and white sesame seeds along with some flax seeds. This plate is already looking so tempting, but there is nothing wrong with adding some greens. I have homegrown lettuce leaves which I'll wash and place on the side of the plate. If you like, you can also add other veggies with the lettuce to make it a complete meal in itself. I highly recommend making this peas and paneer spread and using it on your toasts, sandwiches, or even parathas for meals or tiffin boxes. The simple effort of boiling peas, mixing paneer, and adding seasoning results in a delicious plate of food. The next protein-rich meal is the complete opposite of the previous recipe and is full of Indian flavors. Moong dal paratha with curd and garlic chutney. I pre-washed and soaked the moong dal for 3 hours so that the dal becomes softer and breaks easily. Although there are various versions to this dish, I wanted to make the easiest one this time. Now in a parath, I'll take around 2 cups of whole wheat flour. The main ingredient of this dish is the dough. So we will add various seasonings to make it taste delicious. Starting with turmeric, red chili powder, coriander powder, ajwain which I'll slightly crush between my palms, cumin seeds, hing, salt, freshly crushed black pepper, black salt, and one very amazing ingredient, some pickle oil. The pickle oil is a shortcut to add more flavors since it's already packed with seasonings. Next, I'll add some kasuri methi and finely chopped coriander leaves with stalks. Lastly, I'll add lots of soaked moong dal. Here is a small tip. Keep the moong ratio more than flour to make it a protein-rich paratha. I try to add lesser flour and more of dal as it also adds great texture into the paratha. Now before adding water, mix everything and coat the dal with flour thoroughly. Then knead a soft dough while gradually adding water. Make sure not to add water all at once as that could make the dough too sticky. Gradually adding the water helps achieve that right consistency. The dough should be soft and slightly sticky but not too much. Otherwise, if the dough will be hard, the parathas will turn out too dry after cooking. While the dough is resting, I'll quickly make a delicious garlic chutney because a healthy hearty meal should not be boring. For this, I'll peel 15 to 20 garlic pods. I usually heat them in microwave for 15 seconds before peeling as this helps the peel come off quickly. I use this trick whenever I need to peel a large quantity of garlic. Next, I'll soak some red chilies in hot water. I'm using the powdered one. You can even use the whole chilies. I'll use both regular red chili and Kashmiri red chilies for flavor and color. Now in a mixer, I'll grind the garlic with some water to make a paste. Next, take a kadai and add 1 tablespoon of mustard oil. Once the oil is hot, add cumin seeds, a generous amount of hing, and the ground garlic paste and cook for about 30 seconds. Now add the chili paste and some salt and half cup of water and cook this covered until the oil separates from the sides. To add a sour element to the chutney, I'll stir in some whisked curd. You can also use pureed tomatoes if you prefer. Keep stirring it until oil leaves the sides and a spicy hot chutney with umami flavor is ready. Now that our dough has rested, I'll quickly make the parathas. Take the dough balls and roll them into slightly thicker parathas. Toast the parathas on a tawa, cooking them on both sides with some ghee. Once done, serve them with some high protein curd which is very easily available in the market. I have mixed mine with some homemade curd as well along with our prepared garlic chutney. Remember, it's not just one dish but a combination of ingredients that add value to our meals. A protein-rich paratha paired with a bowl of high-protein curd and a flavorful chutney makes for a healthy plate without compromising on taste. Whether for kids or adults, everyone enjoys it. So make sure to add this to your weekly meal plan. The next recipe is another high protein option for days when you wish to eat something different from the usual roti and rice. It's my version of a tofu sub. Tofu is a very high protein, low fat vegetarian option, and I love how versatile it is. The key to cooking tofu is to infuse flavors into the tofu, so for that I'll finely chop some garlic pods. There are two elements of tofu in this dish. The first is the high protein dip. And to make this, I'll take some tofu and blend it in a blender jar with 3 garlic pods, 2 tablespoons of hung curd, pepper, salt and black salt. That's it. This one dip is all you need for your wafers, sandwiches, wraps, salad, etc. No preservative, highly nutritious and super easy to make. The next time you're about to buy mayonnaise, try making this dip in small batch and storing it in the fridge for up to 5 days. Now that the dip is done, let's move on to the second element of this tofu dish, the sub. For that, I'll start by chopping and slicing some veggies. I'm cutting onions, carrots, tomatoes and capsicum because these are the veggies I like most in my sub. The third element is the main protein source, which is garlicky shredded tofu. To make this, I'll first grate the tofu. Then, in a skillet, I'll add some butter. Once the butter is heated, I'll add chopped garlic and a few pumpkin and sunflower seeds to add more protein. After the seeds are toasted, I'll add the shredded tofu, season it with salt and pepper and saute for about 30 seconds. This helps in infusing great flavors into the tofu. Lastly, I'll toast the bread on tawa and keep it ready. Now on the toasted bread, I'll spread some cream cheese on one side. You can also use cheese spread or put cheese slices if you prefer. On the other side, I'll layer the prepared tofu dip. Then I'll top it with some lettuce leaves and layer all the veggies one by one, seasoning them in between. I didn't season them earlier because otherwise the veggies release water and the sub would get too soggy. So season them only while assembling the sub. Finally, top all the veggies with the shredded tofu and make sure to add a generous amount. The last step is to add sauces of your choice. I'll add some tomato ketchup along with the prepared dip. Serve this high protein sub with veggies and enjoy this meal at any time of the day. Now, no more ordering sub from outside. Serve this high protein sub with veggies and enjoy this meal at any time of the day. I hope you enjoyed this compilation of protein-rich meal ideas. Let me know which meal you like the most and which one you will definitely try at home. Like this video and subscribe to the channel for more healthy recipes, and I'll see you in my next vlog very soon.